Homework set number 2. Number 1, filtering. You will read a line of words that can be separated with any of the comma, the dollar sign, the space, and this symbol. There can be several separators on like a same, consecutive, and words themselves doesn't have any spaces. What you are supposed to do is to extract all the words, sort them, and print them. For example, this is a standard input here. You can have a word like apple, banana, student, blah blah blah, and then there are this separator on the same line, so several of them can be here. For example, you have here all of these separators and all of these separators. You are to get rid of all of these separators and get the words from here, and then just order them here, like apple, 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 banana, student, student. These are the 4 kinds of separators that can exist, and multiple of them can exist consecutively here. If you can try to write it in a single line of code, like you can solve this, all of it, reading and writing and processing, all of them in a single loop. It's just for educational purposes. If you feel free to ignore that and do it your way. Compressing is very similar to the grouping that we did last time. You will read a string of lower letters only and divide it to consecutive groups of the same character, but compress them also. For example, if you have 4 A's here, then compress them to 4A. If you have a single letter A, make it just A. After that, I would like you to order all of the groups based on the frequency first, and specifically the one that has a bigger frequency should come first. Then, based on the letter, for example, the smaller first, print them. Okay. If this is hard for you, start with the frequency smaller first and letter smaller first. If this is tricky for you, frequency bigger, you can start with a frequency smaller. There is a small trick to switch from that to that. Here is an example. If you read this string, you will notice we have 3 A's and 3 B's and 3 C's. You will print them underscore separated this way, 3A underscore 3B underscore 3C. Observe that they are all of the same frequency, and they will be A, B, C normally order, because like A, B, C is smaller in this order. Single letter A, Z is just single letter Z. Here is another example. We have 2 A's and we have 5 B's, we have 4 D's and 4 C's. Now let's order them. Which one has a bigger frequency? The B. So 5B comes first. Then we have 4C and 4D. They are the same frequency. So C comes before D. Finally, we have 2A. In this example here, we have 2A to B to C to A. So when we order them, we will have 2A from here and another 2A from here to B to C. Overall, find the groups, compute the frequency, order them such that frequency higher first, then if there is a tie, smaller letter first. Homework number 3, we are going to read, we have n employees in the company. Each one has a name, age, and salary. Both of them are integer. You are to read line number 1 to be an integer, like here 5. Then read n lines, which is 5 lines here. Every line will have a name, age, and the salary. You should print this data ordered, such that the name is ordered first, then age, then salary. So if you are looking to this data here, Ziad is the smallest name, so it comes first, then Bilal and Mustafa. And then Bilal and Bilal here is a tie. If the name is first, we order second based on the age. So they are also of the same age. If they are of the same age, we third based on the salary, which this guy is smaller than this guy. Here Mustafa and Mustafa, they are duplicate, but Mustafa 20 is smaller than Mustafa 33. In the homework number 4, we will implement our own replace function. Specifically, define a function that takes 3 strings, the main str, and the pattern that we will find, and what we will replace with it. The function is just very similar to the replace function. You will implement it and do not use any method in the string class. Do not use any method in the string class. Maybe the length function, that's all. You will read 3 lines corresponding to these 3 strings. Let's say that the input was this big string and AA and X. Then find every AA and replace it with X. Here is one AA, replace it with X, and here is another AA, replace it with X. Okay, so this A will remain here. or AA and replace it with 4 A's, then same. This will be 4 A's and this will be 4 A's. Replacing AA with empty will just cut it from here. If you ask it to replace something that's empty with something, then just give back the output as it is. That's all.